How you doing, my Blazing Nation? How you guys doing out there? Normally, I don't have the energy I would have. I had a topic today of what I was going to speak on, but then watching the news, now I don't have the same energy that I had. I have turkey bacon, egg sandwich with some fruits. And my fruits is apples and peaches. And some hot chocolate. I want to start off saying my grace to high up above. I want to thank you for me still having breath in my lungs. I want to thank you for giving me health, giving my family health, me having somewhere to stay, me having food to eat. Thank you. Amen. I want to say I'm really disappointed in some of the news stations out there. I'm disappointed. Because I see them cover two different stories and they didn't do it properly. They didn't give it justice. Some of them did. So I'm on here and I'm going to talk about them properly. I want to say, I even wrote it down so I don't mess up. I want to say, rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. Oh, you rest in peace, soldier. Rest in peace. I'm listening to some of these the way they're capturing them, and then they're grimy. These news stations are grimy. So I want to say rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. Rest in peace. I just can't. I don't know. And he came from East Flatbush, mind you. I lived in East Flatbush. Just like I live in East New York. I lived in East Flatbush. I don't know. I can't even. And he came from Flatbush Gardens, the housing projects. You know what I mean? So that goes to show you, man. It don't matter where you came from. It's where you're trying to go. And look where he went, man. Look at all the movies and TV shows he's done. He was an activist. He was an activist with an ACLU. Because he basically was wondering why it is mass incarceration for blacks and Spanish people. You know what I mean? And then he was trying to help them transition from when they come out of jail too. So they don't go back. He was an activist for a whole lot of different stuff too. That they just did not talk about. I didn't like how they did him. So I'm going to talk about it. I even wrote like tons of things down that I already knew, but I just didn't want to forget, and then I didn't tell you guys. So I have it on my list, like I always say, I have my list. I don't like the way they did him dirty. But the news, they'll sit there for 20 minutes or 10 minutes talking about Supergirl or the Flash or the Green Arrow, or talking about some bagel shop that just opened, or talking about a cute dog show, or talking about the upcoming fashion show that's going on. But it can't take at least a good 5 minutes to get everything straight for somebody that did more than they probably did. And I'm telling you, I had a topic, but this is a better topic right now because it got to me the way they didn't do him properly. I'm looking at the screen right now and I'm still getting angry. They didn't do him properly. Now I'm gonna do it. Damn. Michael K. Williams, he died at age 54 in his apartment building, mind you. Damn. I'm gonna do a summary of a little bit of the stuff he did. Not all, because this is a lot. That'll tell you he achieved a lot in his life itself. Age 54, and that's young. He achieved a lot. He started off as dancers for what? George Michael, Madonna, and a whole bunch of other people. He was a real dancer. Like, he danced. He really knew how to dance. Just like how the Black R.I.P know how to dance. He knew how to dance. And then the dancing part, his career got messed up because one time when they was chilling outside, relaxing, I don't remember if it was a performance or not, but you know how you just chill with the fans and stuff like that and such, and then like basically commotion happened and he got sliced down his face. And then from that part on, most of them same singers that he was singing there for, I mean, he was sitting there dancing for and stuff like that, you start messing with him. So then he had to find another way. And he did. Movies. But then most of these movies only want to hire him to be a gangster. And he even said to people, he wasn't a gangster. You know what I mean? But he knew gangsters. He knew them. But he wasn't one. But he told you straight up, he wasn't one. And he would always tell people too, the hell with, he was like, the hell with everybody keeps saying, oh, yo, I'm trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep it real. He said, no. He said, how do you achieve? How do you do better? You know what I mean? He would literally, there's different coverages of like just people in general that got stories, but there's different coverages and videos that you'll actually hear where he's on the streets of Brooklyn, Bronx, everywhere he went, and if he's seen kids and he's seen like boys and girls, he would say, you do know that you guys are kings, right? And you do know that you girls are queens, right? And he would stop them and tell them that. He said, you're kings and queens. And he's like, your superpower is your mind. And how your mind can take you to places you never in your life thought you would go. That to me, that's gangster. To try to uplift the youths instead of telling them, yo, did you ever do a bid or anything like? No. That's gangster telling them that they could be better than where they are now. Do you understand? But I'm going to do a little rundown of what he did. Because that is a real good man right there. I have it written down too. He did The Wire. Everybody knows The Wire. I love that role. Omar Little, walking down the street whistling. Once he walked down that street and he started whistling, everybody was scared. They was all scared. He had that shotgun. He portrayed an open gay guy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give a hell if anybody knew it. He didn't hide it in that show. In that show, he was open. You know what I mean? And he was a gangster. And then when I was growing up watching that, nobody gave a damn if in the show he was gay. They was like, yo, he's a badass mother. You know what I mean? Like, no one cared about that other part. Who cared? They was like, you see what's going on? People was literally scared of him in that show. In the show. You would knock on the door of the spots that sold whatever, and he would literally not, don't make me come on in, and then they would literally just throw all the money out of the windows or whatever, and he would like, thank you, and he would walk down with a lollipop in his mouth, good job. Like, that character was bad. I remember, and he also did Boardwalk Empire. Remember that with Nucky? Lovecraft Country, and he was getting he was nominated for he was nominated for Emmy. Was it? Yeah. Oh man, that's Academy Award. He was nominated for Academy Award for that. I was wondering in my mind, was he gonna actually win? Because you know they like to screw us on everything. But that's another subject. What else? He did The Purge. One, and he also did The Purge Anarchy. And I don't know if anybody remember that show, Haps and Leonard? And then he also did When They See Us. And he did Superfly, the new one, not the old one, the new one that came out not too long ago. He did Snitch with The Rock. He was on The Sopranos. Like, come on. Bessie with Queen Latifah, remember that was her man? RoboCop, that new one that was trash, but he made it good. Belly 2, that had the game in it. Django Unchained, like come on, with Jamie Foxx. Brooklyn Finest with Wesley Snipes and damn, I forgot the other guy's name. War Machine. You know what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm just stuck on him. War Machine. You know what I'm talking about. Damn. He did Finest. No, no, he did Bullet. Yeah, Bullet with Tupac in it and Mickey Rourke. Remember that? Oh, that was bad. He did I Think I Love My Wife with Chris Rock. You remember he's the one that whipped Chris Rock's ass? um, he did the movie The Incredible Hulk. Like 1960. He was born 1966. Look, he died 2021. He died September 6th. I don't know. I can't. I can't even call it. I can't. I didn't even eat because this is how it's getting to me. The way they like. Because like I'm looking at the news, they was like, yeah, he was. They did it like this quick. They said, yeah, Michael K. Williams died today. They didn't really say his age. Like some of them said his age, but they didn't. Like most of them didn't. They didn't say his age. They didn't say from when he was born to now, where he lives. You know what I'm saying? And he lived in Brooklyn now. He died in his apartment in Brooklyn. He stayed with his roots. I like all of the stuff he did, actually. I like that TV show he had on cable, though. And he played a gay guy in that one, too. Haps and Leonard. And he always wore a cowboy hat. Yeah, Leonard. And he wore the cowboy hat. He played an open gay guy in that one, too. I don't think in any of his movies he did that. I ain't saying he was gay. I just said, like, it was, like, open. He was just open about it, whatever. There's a lot of stuff. I had to write this down. Like, I'm a news reporter today because I swear it felt like they didn't do him any justice. At all. They did a better thing on Heath Ledger, and then they still screwed Heath Ledger too. Because when I was watching it, they said Michael K. Williams. And then they said he passed away today. Some of them will say his age, and then some of them, oh man. And then some of them was like, it's the way they said he died to Michael K. Williams. He died. They found, and then they was like, way of death unknown. Way of death unknown. And now I even wrote this down because this was nonsense to me. Where is it? I wrote it down. And I'm not even probably gonna find that. And that's gonna get me mad. Yeah, and then but they quick this. Yeah, it's hard. This is how to say. It's a Michael K. Williams. Michael K. Williams, and they'll say from The Wire, he died today in his Brooklyn apartment. And then it was like unknown how he died. That was some of them said. And then NBC4 News, not them. They gotta be on some. He died today. And then they say possible drug overdose. Multiple law enforcement sources confirmed. I'm like, really? And then they also said they found drugs around his body when they found him. On to the next story. There's puppies going on. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why did y'all even have to bring up the drugs in the first place? And then he's like, oh yeah, the drug addiction. And I'm like, So if I'm not gonna try to be racist or nothing, but if it was a Caucasian person, I guarantee you it would have not been like that. It would have came out such and such died. And then they would have ran down, just like I did. They would have ran down a list of things they did and said how they were a good person and all of this. And then they would have kept going. Let's talk to their families. Let's talk to their moms and uncles, and let's talk to their kids. And then they would have been like, we'll have more back with this going to commercial. And they would have came back and kept talking about it. They didn't do that with this man. I wonder what's going to happen when Jay-Z dies or Spike Lee dies. wonder if it's gonna be a long thing or it's gonna be short. And then you know they're gonna throw Jay-Z under the bus. Something like he used to hang out with such and such people. You know that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna throw him under the bus super fast. I'm gonna say again, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. Good actor, good person all around. Solid dude. Rest in peace. That's a tragedy. Oh man. So yeah. I also want to send my condolences out to anybody, family, condolences to if you lost anyone in the storm recently. What was it? Because I'm hearing all these death tolls and I'm like, wow. And then like in New Jersey, it's like, what? I'm watching the news and they showing live coverage. This guy had a rope trying to, because the rain caused a flood. And if you're looking at the flood, it's like, what? In some places, it's like up to me. And I'm a pretty tall guy. Or it's like up to my stomach. And it's pushing people away. You see cars, like something that's moving, it's pushing it. Yo, it's like a pool, a river that's flowing, a hard river. You see this one guy try to walk across, and then it start dragging him. So you see this Latino guy he got a rope, and he's running with the rope, and then rope's too short. He ran and grabbed an extension cord that you would use when you work in construction, the orange or a yellow extension cord. He tied it on the rope and then threw it out there again like he fishing, and then he finally caught him. And then it's still pulling him. It's pulling him hard as hell. And now the guy he's on his back pulling the rope like this, and he's using his feet to push against the ground so he could just go, while the other guy's using all his might to still wheel him in. He's wheeling him in like this. Oh. And then I hear a 70-year-old dude drowned in his car. He drowned in his car. Because it went up to, how you drown in your car? That's not even funny. I thought I'd make this a short video, but I can't. I don't care what color you are. None of this stuff should be happening to us. We already got COVID to deal with, as well as just life in itself. I don't care what color you are. I don't want none of this stuff to, I don't want nobody to have to go through this. Over 27 people confirmed deaths. One woman died trying to save an elderly person. And they both died. I'm going to finally show you apple and peaches. I mean, and then you know what else is going through my mind? What about people that have basements? Basement apartments. Dude, I don't want to know how much the death toll of that is alone. Trapped in your basement apartment and it's a flood. Oh, how about this? There's a flood and you live in a basement apartment. Where are you going to go? Will anybody else upstairs let you go up there and take shelter? Are they even home? Have you seen the level of how high the water is? You know they're dead. I feel like a news reporter right now. I'm watching the way they're covering these stories, and then I'm just gonna go do my checking now. And then what they're saying is they're telling you it'd be like out of 100. When it comes to information, like out of 100, they only give you 15% of what they want you to hear. Dude, tell the whole damn story so everybody can get a width of what's really going on. And now, you know what else I'm thinking about too? As far as insurance goes for people that are homeowners. Because you know these insurance places screw you too. You're going to say there was a flood. No, is the insurance going to pay for that? They're going to say, well, it was rain. And then they're going to be like, the rain caused the flood. You know, like, what the? And they have it in fine print in these things. I've read most of these stuff. They said, was it natural disaster, or was it this, or was it that, or was it that? Dude, a storm and a flood is two different things as far as insurance goes. That's how they get you. Was it a storm or was it a flood? Was it a natural disaster? And you're looking at them like, are you on crack? So why was I paying this much for all of this security anyway for y'all not to secure me? All the people have cars. I want to see how the insurance screwed them too. Because they're going to say the same thing. Look at the people that was in New Orleans. If you was to ask them people, they would tell you the same thing. Because that's how I know. I mean, when I heard all these stories about that. Katrina, Cindy, all these storms. And then none of the insurance people want to cover the coverage that they were paying. Because they asked, how did this get damaged? They're going to screw a lot of people. You're going to see a lot of people got to move to different places. Just like New Orleans. I remember I was chilling with a whole bunch of people from New Orleans. As I'm chilling and chopping up with them, I'm like, where you from? New Orleans. They were there when the disaster happened and they had nowhere to live, so they had to come all the way out here to New York to live with some family member or whatever. And then after that, they never went back because the longer they were here, they had to get a job. And then now they start working and they building a life for themselves. It's like, what's the point of going all the way back there when everything I'm going to go back there is gone? And then they're the ones telling me their stories of how insurance didn't cover them. And they got screwed. So I already know the same thing is going to happen. These people are going to lose their places. Or lose their cars. And the car part might not sound like, oh, everybody's like, whatever. But some of these people need their cars just to get to work. So they're not going to be able to go to work. You understand? No, and then they're not going to go to work, and guess what happens? They lose their job. And then they lose their job, guess what happens? They can't pay for whatever home they're at. You know what I'm saying? And then, where they going to live? It was bad enough when none of this stuff was going on, people still needed housing. Now, on top of the people that were waiting for housing, because they filed for housing and for this and for that, and they were just waiting, now you got more people that badly need housing, and they're going to need it right now. So what are they going to do? And then even the people that decide, oh, I got to move here because I can't do nothing here. How are they going to get from here to there? Because they probably done lost everything. Excuse me. And I said I was going to make this a long video, but I'm getting emotional now. And I like to say good morning because this is morning. I'm taping this in the morning. The time now is really 8 o'clock. But I don't know when you guys are going to see it because YouTube puts my videos out whenever they feel like it. But this is September 7th. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about all of these other people. Because it ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. already got to deal with the corona. Already got to deal with that. And then, like, what y'all gonna give them and that's the next thing too. Who's gonna give them shelter? Already some of these stores, even in the commercials, if you look at it, and these stores, they say, you can't come in. They don't even care if you got a mask now. You can't come in unless you got a card stating you got the vaccine shot. Right? What about all those people that done lost all of this stuff and they need somewhere to go or be? Were you gonna tell them that too? They already done got messed up from a storm life. And now you're gonna tell them they can't come into your place of business or they can't come here for shelter because they don't have the card that shows they got their vaccine shot? No. Nah, right. I'm already thinking about, I'm looking at what's going on now, but I'm already thinking about what's going to happen all the way after now. All the steps after. Right now, they're going through hell. But then now after the hell is over, they're going to go through more hell. Either they got to try to get their stuff back or they lost that stuff because they're not going to get insurance. And now they got to try their best to figure out how to move on. And now what about these same people that done lost all this stuff and they got kids? What are they going to do? How are they going to find shelter? There's going to be a lot of husbands. There's going to be a lot of single dads and single mothers that's raising their kids, having to call their exes to say, can we come stay here until things are over? Or can the kids come and stay with you until things are over? And then I'm going to try to get on my feet again. And then I'll come back and get the kids or something like that. There's going to be a lot of, I kid you not. There's going to be a lot of dads or moms that's going to have to go through that. Now, what about the elderly people that have nobody to help them? What are they going to do? And then what are their families going to say to them? What are their husbands, their ex-husbands and wives or baby moms, baby fathers? What if they decide to say no? No, you can't come here. And then you in your mind, a little piece of your heart dies. A little piece of your heart is going to die automatically. And I already know the answer is going to be, oh, my girlfriend's not going to like it. Oh, my new wife's not going to like it. You know what I mean? Or they're just going to be mean and just say no. Not me. I'm not built like that. If that was the situation with me, my baby mother, and something happened like that to her, and she called me, yo, Just, I'm like, yo, why are you even asking? You should have been already came to the door with the kids. Why are you asking that? I know a lot of people won't do that, though. I can't. I'm like, bring yourself here, bring your tail in the kids here. If that was a situation for me, that's what I would do. I'm like, what are you waiting on? You know me already. You should have been travel over here. That's what I would say. And I know most of my family members would do that too. If their significant other and them separated and something like that happens to them, they're like, yo, come on. You're like, yo, come on. What are you waiting on? But everybody else ain't gonna do that. Because I've met a lot of mean people in my life and I know they want it. I met a lot of mean mothers. Not mother effers, men and women that would just be shiesty. Or they'll say, yeah, just let the kids come. You can't. That's what they would say. And you being mean and it make you feel happy, but you ain't thinking about the fact your kids are going to be looking at you like you're a snake. You're a snake. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of all the different scenarios going on in my mind for all of this, for each of these people and what's going to happen to them. But the news want to sit there and talk about your hair and the latest designer clothes that you're going to wear. No, stick to this topic here. 9/11's coming up. You get what I'm saying? Just like how y'all covered 9/11 all day, all night, all the time. Cover these stories so people can be well informed. So if somebody got family out there, damn, let me see if they're okay. And then like when it was covering the storm, they didn't even cover that properly. They did it like if okay, a storm is coming. Maybe need some jackets. And then he's like, let's talk about Labor Day. You know, let's talk about summer's over, summer's over, summer's over, summer's over. Or they talk about are you sending your kids back to school? Are you sending your kids back to school? Yes, no. Blah blah blah. No. This is a storm right now. Let's talk about this, okay? Like, bro. My next video, I'm gonna talk about that too. The sending the kids back to school stuff. Cause I got a problem with. I'm gonna talk about it. I got a problem. People. I'm basically done, y'all. Okay, and I hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all was happy with what I was saying. I wasn't just talk. I didn't have a story about me. I'm talking about other people. I want y'all to be really well informed, not the nonsense that they do here on the news, where they want to talk about they opened up this new restaurant for hipsters and how they want to sell you $5, $6, $7 coffees. That's not worth it. Like, you lazy ass, go home and make a cup of coffee. It's cheaper. But you want to talk about Starbucks. You want to talk about all this other stupid stuff. Or you want to talk about what some actor or what some singer's life is about. I don't give a damn about them. They're rich. And I mean like what they're eating right now. What stores they shop at. What? No. I don't care what they're wearing. I don't care what stores they shop at. I don't care if they're going through custody battles right now. That's not affecting the world. That's affecting them. What the hell? If it's affecting the world, isn't that something you should be covering? Not being some fanboy or fangirl saying that this singer, this rapper, this actor, their new hairstyle. They bought the latest handbag or the book bag. Or look at their new car they bought. They bought a car that didn't come out yet. Or they got a car built by scratch because they wanted their own features in it. I don't give a damn about none of that. Or the new e-bike. Or the new headphones. Wireless headphones. No. Stick to, is this actually messing up a whole bunch of people? Is this killing a whole bunch of people? Yeah. Talk about that. Real news. Not watered down news. Watered down news is what we watching today. They actually pick and choose what they feel that they like, and then they tell us. Nope. I'm looking at everything, and I'm going to tell you all the tragedies that are happening. I know I'm rambling on because I'm aggravated how the news are giving you news. It's not news. It ain't news anymore. I don't think it really ever was. I should start coming out with the news if that's the case. I'm gonna give you real news. Not only stuff I like. I don't give a damn about what some artist is buying today. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you about all the tragedies that's happening all around the damn world. I'm a dude from Brooklyn, East New York, and I don't live out in none of these places, but my heart hurts for all these people that it's happening to. Like, damn. I want to send my condolences again to Michael K. Williams' family. And I want to tell him, rest in peace. Rest in peace, my brother, my big Brody. Rest in peace. And I want to send my condolences to anyone that lost anybody throughout any of these storms. Not just that storm. Any of these storms. My condolences to your family, and rest in peace to any and everybody that died throughout all of these things. My condolences. Even if you didn't die, like say you got a broken leg or broken arm throughout the whole thing, or something bad happened to you, my condolences for that too. Or if you lost your house and now or you got an apartment and it got boarded up and you got nowhere to stay now, or water damage to any of your property and you can't pay for it and now you got to figure out some way to deal with life, my condolences. This your boy Just Blaze. I'm gonna say, if you like anything that I was saying, just press the like button. It's not hard. Some of you, I'm watching you viewing it. Press the like button. It's not hard to do. It's a thumbs up. Press it. Subscribe to my channel. I'm not only going to talk about the news. I just talk about what I feel like it. But once I look at the news and it's a tragedy, I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you my opinion as well. But I'm going to give you fact for fact of what happened. And I'm not gonna just look at some news story from one station and just give you that. No, I'm gonna look at it and then I'm gonna Google everything and I'm gonna start doing library work, what happened. All right, yeah. And I'm gonna give you from all these different perspectives. And I always tell you, I write everything down, every single thing. So I forgot. No, I'm gonna give you every detail of what y'all guys should have heard or know because you're getting watered down news. Press the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Press the like button. Press it. It's not hard to do. You don't have a problem pressing dislike? Press like. Subscribe to my channel. Press the bell at the side to get notifications whenever I put out a video. Either we'll be talking about the news, or I'll be talking about my day, or anything on my mind. Press the like button. Subscribe. Press the notification. I want to say to my Blazing Nation, I love you guys. To everybody that just went through a tragedy, I love you too. My heart is out for you. And I hope everyone out there has a terrific day, week, year. I love you guys.